quotes. We'll get underway with head coach Joe Schmidt and the team for the weekend. Thank you.
The team, as expected, is CJ Stander at 8, Josh van der Fleer at 7, Pete O'Mahony at 6, James Ryan at 5, Ian Henderson at 4, Tyke Furlong at 3, Rory Best at 2, and Ken Henley at 1. Connor Murray at 9, 10, Johnny Sexton 11, Jacob Stockdale 12, Bundy Arkey 13, Robbie Henshaw 14, Keith Earls 15, Rob Carney, and the substitutes are Sean Cronin, Jack McGrath, John Ryan, Dev Toner, Dan Levy, Luke McGrath, Joey Carberry, and Fergus McFadden.
So before we get the no comments out of the way, it's not about the trial, but I'm just wondering, did you give Roy Best permission to attend Belfast yesterday, or did you know about it?
I've got no comment on any of that.
What's your view on his appearance at the court trial then?
We're not in a position to comment on any of that. It's a legal matter.
I suppose in the team then, an awful lot of toing and froing between both McGrath and Healy in the Leinster squad lately. Why Healy this time around?
I think based on November form, when he was last in with us, he was very good, and I think it could well go tit for tat during the championship, because they're both very competitive. They're great mates as well, and they drive each other forward. As well as that, Dave Kilcoyne was injured. James Cronin has come in and trained really well with us. So we feel that they keep each other up to the mark, and there's a few other guys behind them keeping them up to the mark as well.
And I suppose in terms of the back row, then Henderson, looking at the replacements, I think is there only one replacement in the second row, should I say? Is Henderson going to be fairly flexible in Paris?
It's a standard sort of replacements bench with the one second row and the one back row. He would obviously be the flexible guy. If we went down numbers in the back row, he could shift out to the back row, probably at 6, and that would allow Dev Toner to come into the second row.
An awful lot of talk before the game about Jordan Larmour. How close was he to making at least the replacements bench today?
Yeah, I had a good chat with Jordan. He was very close to making the replacements bench. I think it's a really competitive area for us. It's a little bit like the back row, the back three. We've gone for a bit of a mix of youth and experience. Obviously, the youth of Keith Earls and Jacob Stockdale, and the experience of Rob Carney. And I think that's probably a pretty good balance for us. And also the experience of Fergus McFadden, who's also a pretty accomplished goal kicker as well. It just gives us a little bit of security on that front.
Just finally for me, would it have been maybe too much of a baptism of fire, considering what you're going over to? It's kind of like the elements are really unknown, what you're going over to this weekend. So would it have been too much of a baptism of fire for him?
Not necessarily. I think we've just gone with the balance we've gone with, because I think Rob Carney was really good for us in November as well, and so we've progressed that. And Jordan really has put his hand up and really impressed, I think, everybody who's watched him play. And so I think he's learning quite a bit in the environment. He's training on the wing as well as at fullback, and so when you're flicking between positions like that, he's been uncomfortable at times, and he's getting more comfortable as we go along. So it'll be just about timing that right, but that timing maybe it'll be next weekend.
Joe, Ireland's record in Paris isn't good. Has that been
probably our last visit, and the frustration we felt after that match, and so that is certainly part of it. I don't think there's many players in the teams. I think about a third of each team are the same in the starting 15. So, there's quite a few changes. So it's, even in 2 years, that sort of turnover, those changes, they do paint a slightly different picture, and certainly the picture is very hard to to see in any particular clarity with a new coaching team and so many new players for them.
Johnny Sexton got a bit of rough treatment last time in Paris. Do you expect much of the same again?
Yeah, I hope not. I think it doesn't need to be part of the game. Johnny is a really tough competitor. He will take whatever's fairly doled out. But when it comes off the ball, I don't think it needs to be part of the game, and it certainly hasn't been part of the game in the teams that I've seen Jacques coach in the past. So I'd hope that it's not.
There's not enough protection there, as we've seen sometimes over the years where Johnny has been targeted by teams. Do you feel the officials are protecting him?
I think the officials are trying really hard to protect all 30 people on the pitch, and Johnny is one of those 30 people. I think it's been ramped up since we were involved 2 years ago. Obviously, it's not the same referee this time, and we'd hope that, with the experience of the referee we have got, that it won't even enter into the fray. That would be our hope.
James Ryan obviously showed what he can do in November as well, Joe. How confident are you that he can handle it at this level now?
Yeah, I think that's why he's there. One of the reasons is to find out. We want to be able to keep building in that position. It's a position that we probably don't have huge depth in, and we've got a few young guys who are pushing through that we've given opportunity. And James is obviously one of those. We felt he went really well against Montpellier recently, who are a big side, and we're really looking forward to seeing what he delivers on Saturday.
Whatever about the other 20-somethings, do you feel you're in the form of your life?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm enjoying my rugby at the moment, the last couple of weeks, and in particular down in Munster as well. We've been doing all right the last couple of weeks, and I suppose I'm chomping on the bit now to get a run out with Ireland after getting injured in November. So I'm just enjoying rugby, and it seems to be working.
How do you think your approach has changed? Is it down to a new approach or this new?
No, it's not. It's about enjoying it rather than being nervous and overplaying situations in your head. I'm just trying to enjoy every moment as I get a bit older, and hopefully I have another 5 years left to me, and 6 or 7 maybe. I don't want to be sitting down when I'm older regretting not enjoying. After speaking to Paulie on the schoolyard a couple of weeks ago and having roomed with him for a couple of years, we used to be a bit nervous before games, and he said if he had his chance over again, he wouldn't worry as much, so I kind of took something from that as well.
As players, has there been much emphasis on making sure you get out there and hit the ground running, considering the first game last year at Murrayfield?
Yeah, look, I think it's the plan with every team is to get out there, and start quick rather than starting slow and having to catch up. And we had a good week's training this week, and hopefully we do get a good start, and so the boys are hitting the ground hard at training, and we're looking forward to it.
You've got the favourites tag. How does that sit with you?
I don't know. We'd be favourites going off to Paris. Look, we just know it's going to be massively physical. As you said, they have a lot of new caps coming in, a couple of young lads, and there's a bit of the unknown. And when you go to Paris and play against a French team, it's just they up it a notch as well. So, a massive challenge for us, and I'd say hopefully we do get a good start.
Joe,
Last couple of guys.
how much more difficult is it to plan for this game, considering you have a new coach and a lot of new players? I appreciate you know a lot about the players, but having not seen them play collectively, having not been able to kind of read what they do as a team, how much more difficult is it for you to plan a game plan?
Yeah, it is more difficult, but it's it's probably allowed us to focus a little bit more on ourselves. And with it being the first game, it's not a bad thing to be focused on what we feel we need to deliver and trying to deliver it as best we can. A lot has been mentioned about that Scotland game last year. I think one of the things is putting that game in context. They're a very good side, and you don't have to be far off the top margin of your performance to have a team put some points on you very, very quickly. So we know we have to be dialed in from the start, and we weren't as dialed in as we would have liked to have been this time last year. So that's a little bit of a warning for us, and we've worked hard just to just to make sure that we focus on ourselves and try to do as well as we can, and what they deliver. Keith mentioned the physicality, that we know they're going to be physical. We know they've got some fantastic athletes, but apart from that, we're pretty sure that they'll carry hard, they'll tackle hard, they'll be organised, because Jacques gets people organised pretty quickly, and then we'll just try to undo them. And we've got some good playmakers, some good guys who read the game well, who it's going to be kind of adjusting during the game. It's a neat challenge for us.
Joe, I saw Rob Carney chatting to one of the physios at the start of training. He appeared to pick some sort of knock. He's fully fit. You're happy with how
he's 100%. They might just have been passing the time. I'm not sure. Certainly, I have no feedback from Rob or the physios that he's anything other than 100% ready to go. And the only guy who isn't is Andrew Conway. He's going to be managing a knee that was a bit inflamed for a period of time, and it looked like it was going to be okay. And he's probably going to be out for this week and next week as a result of that. But it's certainly nothing serious. Just need to let it settle down, and then he'll springboard back into things as well.
The first start for in Six Nations for Jacob Stockdale and Bundyaki. It's going to be another step up again, isn't it, compared to the autumn?
Yeah, huge. And they're really excited about getting that opportunity. And I don't think there's a better place to be than be in between Johnny Sexton and Robbie Henshaw if you're making a debut in the Six Nations, and having Keith here and Rob working with them in that back three triangle. I think it's a great position for Jacob to be in as well, and that's kind of part of the balance. A lot of people speak in terms of World Cups and sacrificing opportunity, or sacrificing probably or risking results in the Six Nations. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I think you can be working as hard as you can in the Six Nations and still that's good preparation for whatever comes next year or beyond.
Okay, guys, we're going to shut down this portion.